You started by
I think I have to. No, yeah, I think I have to start it by obviously stating that I don't hate Dotadoya.
No. This is Dotadoya clear in the air. It's.
I don't hate Dotadoya, and this isn't specifically a hate thing. You can be fans of whatever the hell you want. However, he has confirmed that he is in fact a Hasan fan.
I don't expect too much you guys to care about politics. I don't know or try to care about politics that much. But I was pretty proud of, like, I was watching a lot of Hasan today. Usually when some shit's going down, I turn on, like, news streams, like Hasan, or I've been watching more. Does anybody remember Hutch? He used to make Modern Warfare videos back in the day, but now he's like a political guy. So I had him on. Bro. I was pretty proud with but Hasan is more like a super left guy. But I was like, oh, you know what? His response is pretty good today. He was just like, yeah, this, like, he was bad, but this shit's kind of crazy. But I was just happy. So I can't say I'm like in his stream. I'll probably watch a little more Hasan, just because, like, election night coverage, shit like that. But Kenzie, I turned on Hutch. Kenzie was like, who's this new guy? I was like, fuck you mean new, bro? You weren't on the Call of Duty streets like that?
Not everybody's gonna be checking out some subscribed list. Unless you're like an actual guy that fucks with the content, you're not gonna be able to see this. So technically, it is a good thing to look at for people that look and fuck with the channel, that don't really fuck with the fake Dotto channel. So you're actually able to see, you know, beyond the tweets what he actually means.
Yeah, well, what he actually means nothing.
It does mean things.
It means nothing.
See, get to your points so I can kind of debunk your points to what you saw.
During there's about an hour and 30 minutes before he starts playing with Syriacs on one of his VODs. I forgot. On the day that Charlie Kirk died.
It's the Cell one, yeah.
Yeah, on the day that Charlie Kirk died. And in that he says, you know, I don't condone political violence, and yada yada yada. We should all tone down the rhetoric, and, you know, the left and right are bad, blah, 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 blah.
He's an anti-gun guy, but he understands why people want the...
He also understands...
Wants the guns. That was at the end of the stream. He says it, you can put up... Put up the clip.
Yeah, I can put up the clip.
There are so many conservatives out there that just love their guns, like Topher C, that just love their guns, and they're normal people, and it's such a cool hobby, and they're cool, like, mechanical pieces. I get it, bro. I understand. I'm so sorry, guys.
When's the
I totally get it. And by the way, if I came over to your house and you showed me your gun collection, I would think it was pretty cool, dude. I would think it's cool, and I'd probably want to see you shoot some.
But he also says, I understand why people think that Charlie Kirk is Hitler.
Well, no.
Yeah, he says... why should I give two shits about Hitler Jr.? In our own video, we ran off that tweet.
On the VOD.
I'm talking about in general.
If someone thinks I don't deserve rights, I'm not allowed to think they should die. Is that not reasonable? I'm not saying that you can't not like them. I'm just saying. In fact, it makes sense. If they want to take your rights away and you want them to die. But I don't think you want them to die, because I don't think you yourself are going out there and killing people, bro. Like, I think you're normal.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
You don't like them. And you want them to not be able to affect you, and that's the way it should be. But I don't think you would kill them, because you're human. I think people are really forgetting how not human you have to be to fucking just take somebody out in front of a crowd of people. I don't know. At least that's how I feel. But even then, it's okay to, like, even want harm. Like, it's not even about that.
We have seen an alleged murder with such specific text messages about the alleged murder weapon, where it was hidden, how it was placed, what was on it. But also, it was very touching in a way that I think many of us didn't expect. A very intimate portrait into this relationship between the suspect's roommate and the suspect himself, with him repeatedly calling his roommate, who is transitioning calling him my love, and I want to protect you, my love. So it was this duality of someone who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating circumstances of this case. And on the other hand, he was, speaking so lovingly about his partner. So a very interesting and, as Pierre said, riveting press conference, David.
It was tough.
I know, but that's Hasan shit. He just says he needs.
Well,
to
he's
get
a
out of
Hasan fan. It's a problem.
I know it's this Hasan shit with no no context.
Dododoya says that he's in a very leftist bubble on the internet.
I guess one thing I am pretty cognizant of, and maybe this is something I should actively change, is I am in a very left bubble on Twitter, which is fine. I don't really want to be in a right bubble because just go on every day, just be fucking disagreeing. but it's a very left bubble. So sometimes I see shit like people being like, oh, yo, he's fucking dead, let's go, they shot him dead, and I'm just like, oh geez, dude. I am a guy that can be friends with right and left people as long as I know that they are a good person. And I don't really Rhyme's more left than me, but Rhyme's a good guy. And also, I can't think of anybody on the right. Honestly, I don't have a lot of online friends that are very right-wing. I am in a bit of a left space.
One of the points would be him doing the Hasan strategy and just listening to the random weirdos that say Charlie Kirk is, a far-right conservative Nazi motherfucker.
I know, but he also
in
said
that
shit's disgusting.
The one thing you'll never hear me say is I get why you guys aren't mad and don't feel this way, because if you're and I don't know, I'm not familiar with a lot of Kirk's work, but I'm sure he said shit about everything, so I'm just gonna say these things. But if you're an immigrant class that he said he didn't like, or if you're trans, or if you're this, or if you're that, I get being angry at him, but I don't believe that violence is the answer to it in this system.
Charlie Kirk is just a random 10 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, that wouldn't be views that are considered Nazi-ish. And the fact that he doesn't look at the quotes. Okay, there's two quotes. Obviously we ran down the gun quote being, if you're going to have a Second Amendment, that means that everybody has the right to bear arms. Therefore, there's going to be a way to get guns. Therefore, there will be shootings. It's just an inevitability.
He's just a dude that doesn't want guns. That's normal.
Okay, you ready?
People with guns.
This is how retarded this is.
Normal. Too.
Okay, have you heard of? You remember the empathy thing? That Charlie Kirk doesn't believe in empathy?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
We read that in multiple tweets. I don't know if I put that in the video.
I don't remember.
Okay, so there's a running thing on the internet that even in Hasan circle,
like a guy who has been a Nazi for the past decade. You know what I mean? It's like, no, bitch, this wasn't a radicalizing moment for you. You keep using every moment as a radicalizing moment. You say Cracker Barrel is a radicalizing moment. You say woke is a radicalizing moment every single time.
Charlie Kirk doesn't believe in the concept of empathy.
That doesn't seem right at all.
Most of the leftists, I know you haven't looked at it, but most of the leftists that are calling upon his death are saying, he didn't have empathy, so I ain't gonna have empathy.
Also, I'm sick of these out-of-context quotes spread by disingenuous fucks like Hasan. I knew immediately there was more to all of the things being said, because why would somebody who supposedly hates gay people, hates trans people, hates black people, hates women, loves children dying in shootings apparently, why would this person have millions of people grieve over their death and so many people caring about him, right? So I had to look into it, and turns out, yeah, you can't trust Hasan to give you the full story. This piece of shit was lying again. So ironically, here's a gay black guy explaining the context, really going against the narrative here.
Now, there's also a clip that's going around of Charlie Kirk talking about his opinions on the word empathy, and let's just hear what he has to say.
The new communication strategy is not to do what Bill Clinton used to do, where he would say, I feel your pain. Instead, it is to say, you're actually not in pain. So let's just, very short clip. Bill Clinton in the 1990s, it was all about empathy and sympathy. I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage, but it is very effective when it comes to politics. Sympathy I prefer more than empathy. That's a separate topic for a different time.
Important. At the end, he says, sympathy is what I prefer more than the word empathy, because he feels like empathy is a word that's being taken advantage of.
In fact, he expands even further. I can't stand the word empathy, actually. Empathy is when you take on somebody else's pain as your own. Sympathy is when you acknowledge somebody else's pain, but you don't confuse it with your own. Empathy is suicidal because you can't actually live another person's struggle. You can't actually transfer their pain into your body. Sympathy, on the other hand, allows you to still see clearly, to give advice, to offer help, to love people properly without drowning in their problems. Empathy blurs judgment. It clouds truth. Sympathy allows compassion with clarity. We need more sympathy, not empathy. So he literally says to offer help and love people properly without drowning in their problems. That is the point he's making. That is the full context. But obviously people like Hasan do not give a single shit about the context. They just need a reason to justify the assassination, saying, oh, well, he didn't care about empathy. He didn't want people to care about other people. He deserves to die. This is what they do. They convince you of complete lies while leaving out the context. And every single quote I've seen has tons of context to it that has been completely left out on purpose. Now, you can still disagree with the entire quote, but obviously the context makes it completely different. Without the context, he sounds like a psychopath. With the context, he's just arguing semantics between words.
So that's the thing about why people got really mad when he died. Once they started looking at his actual takes, they were like, fuck,
This is some normal shit.
yeah.
Well,
So
some of it.
obviously, oh my god, since Charlie Kirk died, maybe there's going to be a lot more Charlie Kirks to come out. And I really don't want that.
I saw that as a, I saw that as a tweet. No one...
That wasn't a tweet, that was something he said
Not
in
a
video.
tweet, not a tweet.
I know he
The
said that, I
VOD.
remember that.
The VOD.
I get that people don't like what he said or who he inspired. I get that, and I agree. I don't like it either. But the fact that we don't like it doesn't change that it already it happened. And I think today's events are going to make his teachings and the people that he taught way worse. Way worse.
But there is no one else like Charlie Kirk, because...
No, that's not the point. The point is he doesn't know anything about the motherfucker.
No, let me finish. What people mean on the internet, where there's gonna be more Kirks, is Nazi, fascist people.
I know, and you listen to
Not
me.
fucking, not more Charlie Kirks that do debates and do normal, like, hear me out kind of things, or, you know, his debate style. The people that say there's gonna be more Kirks are just spreading the Nazi.
I know, but he believed it.
Fascist
He
shit. I know.
agreed. That's my point, is that he agreed actively.
I know, but
And
that's
and
my point.
This is why the gun violence thing happens to be brought up so much, because he says it a lot. In the gun violence thing, he says conservatives literally have to believe in the Second Amendment and defend the Second Amendment, because it's if they don't do that, it's kind of...
I actually don't think he would, because I think he was more talking gun violence as an inevitability of having a Second Amendment, and that it's important to keep that amendment. Well, yeah, I agree. I do think that is what he was talking about. But the reason I think that opinion is wrong is because it's only an opinion you can have until it happens to you. And I still think that's why I still think it's wrong today. Like, it was stupid, and now he knows that it's stupid. Because I doubt he's okay with being the cost. I just highly doubt it. He said it right after a school shooting. I know. It's a take that a lot of conservatives have. And to be honest, people are going to think what I'm saying is crazy, but that's the only take you really can have as a conservative. I think that's the smart take to have. If you want a gun nuanced take, I don't think that their take is very nuanced, but you have to have their take. Otherwise, you can't justify having guns. Because what else are you going to respond to? Horrible crime, like horrible shootings, like mass shootings. That there is no take. You have to just say, well, that's the price of our Second Amendment freedom and keeping the government away from. Like, that's the only argument you can really make. Not their take. Oh yeah, no. Then thank you, Purian.
And I'm here to say no.
I could say the same thing he tweets and/or says on a VOD, because he has to defend his friends. His friends are actively people that say, rip bozo Charlie Kirk. So by saying, turn down the temperature, guys, it's all, so stuff we have to not pay attention to. The right is being a little too extreme, and the left is being a little too extreme. I have to take that stance because my friends are hardcore leftists.
Any normal person that's not a conservative or not a liberal is literally gonna say fuck both sides. They're just gonna do that. And then you gotta realize that both sides are fucked up.
That's not in this case.
Can Erica Kirk be next? Then the two children can be placed into foster parents who will give them a proper educated growing up, hating their parents. This was written on September the 12th, yesterday, by Raven Samuelson. This is the worst one. Absolutely the worst one. So, this is on this Blue Sky Social.
So I keep on seeing, like, posts about this Charlie dude, whatever, Kirk dude, whatever. Regardless. And let me just say this. I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And I'm surprised that you guys aren't getting rid of more people. Like, don't stop with him. Don't let him be the end dog. Get rid of them all. And the ones that are above him. Your mayor. Your city councilman. What is it? Georgia Power? The people that keep on raising our shit? The CEO, get rid of them. Yeah. Like, what? It was so crazy. I watched like a 60 minute, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. 1 minute edit of like the things he said, and they're like so atrocious that like his wife deserves to go too. Y'all keep on talking about his wife and kids. They need to go too because they're carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like, get rid of the whole family. I'm so sorry. Why did you guys stop with him? Why did you stop with him? Go get his grandma. Because who raised you? Like, your mom ought to be ashamed for breathing scum like you. Get rid of the whole family. Like, y'all too scary. Y'all too scary for revolution. Y'all too scary for progress. Like, y'all want results without putting in the work. You gonna have to take out trash to get a clean house. Like, it is what it is. If the trash can is stinking up the house, you gotta take out the garbage.
I looked up, tweets and videos where they talk about this stuff. And so the left guys will say the political violence of the conservatives is a lot more than the left and yada 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 altogether. But then the stats will go back to like the 90s. And I mean, like, what about the last 5 years? That's the only like stuff I give two shits about. From Biden to Trump too.
You can't really do it's a both sides issue if one is saying that one thing is a Nazi. And that's why I said
that's what I'm saying. So
clip
he
on,
has Hasan. He has Hasan, and then he has Destiny. And he says, "You gotta turn down the temperature, fellas."
Oh, could you imagine watching Nunes' eyes pop out of his fucking head when they fucking hang him on TV? Nothing would make me happier. Oh my god, I would fucking jerk off. So I would never need to browse porn again if I had a live video feed of Nunes being killed for crimes against his fucking country. Oh my god, it would be the most arousing fucking thing I could ever imagine.
Yeah, alright, well, at least he's consistent.
And even Hasan and Destiny have good points. A day later, 2 days later, even 3 days later, maybe, they're back to going, it's all the right's fault. It's Trump.
Yeah. Well,
those two guys, the people you know for a fact are extremists, and he says, I don't care what they say after this day. All that matters is they say it on the day, not what they say afterwards.
And that's not like genuine because they're.
And tell me, do you remember that in the vlog?
Hasan does not say political violence is bad. I understand. Look, I've seen some of Hasan's like bad moments, but today, if you go back and watch his sub, I promise you that he did a pretty good job today. I was pretty happy. You should go check it out. If you can say that, I understand what you're saying. But today, he did a very good job. I was pretty happy with him, especially because he had like 200K people in there. Go check it out today and decide for yourself if, or you could probably just go check live stream fails. If he said something stupid, it would probably be there, right? I don't think he did any. I think he was pretty good today.
Hi, Kyle. That isn't it, Cartman. What isn't it? That's not being nice. That's just putting on a nice sweater. I don't understand the difference. I know you don't.
He will be back to his regular bullshit in 2 weeks. I get it, but again, like this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. I think it's like this is a big moment. It was a big moment, and it takes like I don't know. Who gives a fuck what he's up to in 2 weeks? it mattered today, and I think he did a good job today. Yeah, I think that's really all that matters to me right now. I understand if you think that's wrong, but I don't.
Holy fuck. The Yankees held a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. Kirk founded the youth activist group Turning Point USA and had become a fixture on college campuses. Yeah, youth activist group. Stripping its ideological convictions of all of its meat until it's just a right-wing activist with a youth group.
You've got millions of followers, and you think it's fine to show them you're mocking a widow.
You cannot choose for your opponent not to fight you.
Fine.
If Republicans won't turn down the rhetoric, then who cares? Donald Trump shouldn't have used the rhetoric that led her to being killed.
Donald Trump is the one that caused Charlie Kirk to get murdered. Yep, absolutely. This is peak. This is peak. Like, this is the delusion that we're up against. This is fucking insane.
2 days before she
Who
dies,
cares that you mocked a grieving widow?
This is all. It's just virtue signaling. You guys are you guys are excited about it. You guys love it.
How is it? How is it that you said this guy can't possibly?
I can't believe you're virtue signaling that you don't like that. Literally thousands would cheer your death. Can't believe you're virtue signaling, guys.
It's exciting to you. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
No.
How is it that you said this guy can't be a leftist because he grew up in a white Christian household when you grew up in a white Christian household by your own admission just now and you're a fucking leftist, Destiny?
I'm 36 years old. This guy was 22 and he lived at home.
What does that have to do with anything?
Oh my God.
What does that have to do with anything?
I had 20 years to separate myself from my parents' ideology.
I don't know, man. Donald Trump was a leftist before, so that means he must also still be a leftist, right, dude?
To shout out to extremists in the leftist space in a hardcore way. The people that literally perpetuate the Nazi thing and then say, it really doesn't matter what they say afterwards. That's stupid, dude.
Well, this isn't both issue. It's literally people get the guns to shoot you with the guns to say this is what get that meme up. He was in Ironheart as Rampage. It's just something that you can't like ignore beyond the shadow.
And he's ignoring it. And the reason I said that is because he has to ignore it because that's what his friends are. Because if his friends get outed as those type of people.
Swag Kage,
yeah, or Rhyme retweeting Swag Kage and people and other fucked up shit. Not even Vivian Mondrano. I forgot. Okay, I don't know how to say her name, but the Hella Boss Lady. I checked. The Hella Boss Lady didn't tweet fucked up shit. When Trump was dying, she was tweeting that shit. But when Charlie, it's because of the Prime move.
Yeah, she would fucking get.
But because she's smart and has a sense of business, she knows not to say fuck Charlie Kirk as I'm trying to get people on Prime to watch my shit.
Yeah, it would destroy.
To expand my audience.
Yeah, it would destroy.
Whipping out Trump and saying, "Oh look, he's not helping."
Trump put out a address to the American people saying like the left's violence has gone too far and yada yada, and like. Moral of the story is this is already being used by Trump and by right-wing people as an attack, which, I mean, but the thing is, the guy's still out there, by the way, I think. I don't want to spread false narratives too crazy, but I think the guy that did it is still out there. So maybe not, but like, politically, it's already doing damage, and I think it'll continue to do damage. I just think people that view this as a win, I don't see how it's a win. The one guy's down, but it's just the martyrization.
As if he was going to help from the get-go because he's Trump. He's been almost assassinated twice.
That's another thing that kind of irked me about what he said about the martyr stuff. No one wants to be a martyr. It's just when it happens, it happens.
Well, it's not that nobody wants to be a martyr. You know who wants to be a martyr? Hamas people. You want to head down that direction?
Nobody in fucking America wants to be a martyr and die on the spot like that.
Yeah, no, they'd rather live and actually be able to see the change they make in the world. Dude, I hated that take. When I heard him say he would totally regret going for the Second Amendment, I'm like, no, he wouldn't, dude. That's called having principles.
I don't think Charlie Kirk deserved to die, but it's hard to feel sympathy for him. I would love to ask if he still thinks gun deaths a year are worth it now that he's one of them. That's the quote I was talking about earlier, and that's what makes me sad is because I feel like both me and both me and bro, that in his final well, he probably, but if he could see it from above before it happened, I think both me and he would take that shit back. I think that's why it's like a little sad. But also the more sad thing is that it happened in front of people in America about just talking. Like, that's really sad. I doubt it. What do you mean you doubt? Like, I don't get how you can say you doubt it. You think he would just stay there and get his fucking... You think he would just want that to happen again? I don't know if he would change his view. I mean, I guess that's fine if that's the way you see him, but I don't know. I think death would be a pretty powerful motivator.
Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like, that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like, he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical. Not exactly like...
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear. Like, I don't know. It's like memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing video games, okay? I'm done today. I don't give a fuck. God, it's gonna be so fucking gay if I get killed in the next fucking 2 months of shit I'm doing. Well, the cuck shit out here. Please don't anybody make any actual fucking, the most cucked, weak-ass, fucking bullshit-ass speeches on my side. God, if it happens, holy shit, I'm gonna make a death note before I go out to go live and not... God, it's so cucked. It's so optics cucked.
I bet, what I'm saying is, I bet he knows he was wrong now. I bet he knows he was wrong now. It's so ironic that the statement made about some deaths are necessary and then you are part of the opinion. Yes, it is. And I think it's, you know, it just goes to show like that's why you can't have those opinions. All right, everybody, we get to have our Second Amendment right. Hooray! But sadly, I'll be shooting you in the head. I don't think this is very important to me anymore. It's like, yeah, dude, I bet.
I'm talking about fucking Dotto himself. He can do politics. I don't give two shits about that.
No, I'm talking about
it's shouting out the two people that are the extremists and then saying...
No, yeah, I'm talking about the extremists. Talk about a normal guy, not a guy that thinks everybody that voted for Trump is a Nazi. Come on. I do think you need to send him some nuts.
Dude, that one more Pegasus slapped ass. How about that rhyme?
Rhyme you can't save. Like, unless, because he does say...
Hold on, before we hit up rhyme, how'd you feel about that Syriacs? Now, we have to 50-50 Syriacs, right?
No, yeah. Syriacs, I have to assume, is 10% more...
Be normal now? Because, you know, Dion does... I think he did a good job of handling it today, but Dion does get, like, big anxiety with this shit. So I felt bad for him, and I don't think we should keep talking about it. But appreciate y'all, and now we're gonna just play games and not talk about this bullshit. And I'm sorry we couldn't play this in the background. I don't know why the servers broke.
What he said about Syriacs was that he gets a little anxious when you talk about politics and stuff. So either he goes full humanitarian and goes, leave him alone!
I think it's humanitarian.
Leave him alone!
I think it's humanitarian.
Like fucking the guy I forgot the name of.
XUC?
No, the guy looks like XUC.
Was that not him?
No, he transitioned into a woman now. He's like one of the OGs of YouTube.
I know, he was on South Park.
Yeah, and Tosh.0. You got the humanitarian version of Syriacs, or you have dude will pop off hard.
I choose to believe the humanitarian. Like, come on.
You have to. It's like the gun law thing or the protecting the leftist thing.
And I
have to think that he's
that
a humanitarian person, or else he'll sound like an asshole.
I think they have the same take. I think they have. There might be a minor more leaning left difference, but I think they have the same take. Now, Rhyme.
Now you ain't catching me with Rhyme. We've been talking shit about Rhyme, dude. I can say that the other two guys are pretty fine, but when I see the Rhyme tweets, I'm like, nah.
No, Rhyme's a little different. He might be a good guy.
Off the Twitter, but
with that in mind, on the Twitter.
With that in mind, it's just like Hasan Piker. Dude, we had whole conversations where we were like, Hasan Piker's probably like fun to hang out with. I don't know what he was all like off camera. When he's around people, he's a lot more tame.
I think that Rhyme just skank hunt 42s. I think
he skank hunt 42s myself.
But I do think that Syriacs and him basically had the same kind of take. In his September 12th VOD, he was verbally upset and didn't want to talk about it in the beginning, and just tried to play Mario Kart.
Oh, he actually, like, talked about it.
He didn't talk about it, but he didn't want to talk about it.
No, I mean, the chat said something, and he, based on his reaction / tone, he sounded like they were talking about his Palestine controversy for whatever reason.
No, the Charlie Kirk thing.
I know, yeah. It went from Charlie Kirk to Palestine, so he made that final tweet on the controversy.
And he just didn't want to talk about it. There's your humanitarian part. There's the normal shit. There's the trans thing.
Well, there's the trans thing. Again, that one post from that one news organization that does confirm that he might be trans. That the guy had a trans boyfriend. They haven't even confirmed whether or not he's
No. He was talking about trans people in general.
There are things you can talk about with trans in politics, like trans people participating in sports. That's politics, but they exist. They're out there. You can't make them poof out of existence. They're there.
That means those in the conversation, but yeah, that is when they say
that's just
Charlie Kirk didn't care about trans people.
Yeah,
most people don't care about trans.
He was talking to people that are like that.
I know. Most people don't care about trans people. You can do what you want. Just don't lead the kids into it.
The thing that they're missing about the trans issue is
most people are
doing it with the kids. Normal adults, they can do it all day, but it's people are missing the mark. Dotto, Syriax.
I assume they haven't seen the books like Genderqueer
and Ryan.
Dude, I saw that one book and I was done with that shit.
They're kind of missing the point when it comes down to trans people, when they kind of force feed their kids and literally just say, "You're a girl now, let's go chop off your dick." And it's the fact that you bring kids into it that's the issue, not the rest of it. The rest of it's completely fine. Did you see the person go over to the Turning Point actual headquarters and stomp on the memorial?
No, I did not.
Arrested?
No, I did not. That's fucked up.
That's fucked up, you see, and I'm pretty sure Dotto and Syriax would say that's fucked up.
I would really want to see the difference between Dotto's Instagram. You know, this
I don't got an Instagram, but I should get one.
How, like, Syriax
We should
says
get one.
on Instagram, I'm like a far right guy. On Twitter, I'm a far left guy. I don't believe you.
Dude, we could actually see that.
I don't believe you. Dan, that would be my answer.
We could make a video just on that.
To that specific quote, it's in a different video. It's in that YouTube driver's license ass video.
I know, but I would love to see if that's true, because if that's true, that'd be funny. Somehow his audience / some dumb people think that just because you make a Frieza joke, you are more conservative, and because Frieza's basically Hitler.
I don't think that's. I think that's an actual joke on top of a joke.
I know. No, they actually.
No, I would have to see that.
It pisses them off.
Yeah, I would have to. It's like a racist joke. How many times do you think Syriax calls? Hey, what'd you say? You know, a little bit.
I fucking love those jokes, though.
It's just like that.
I love the racist jokes.
You're doing it right in front of fucking Syriax. I don't think that. I think that's a joke on top of a joke, just to piss you off, like Dotto Dick Riders.
That pisses the rest.
Yeah, that pisses the rest of them.
I love that too.
It's the same. It's the same concept.
When they play into that, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, but you know what bothers them, and that's the.
I know it probably bothers them, but that shit is funny. Come on.
Yeah, it's fucking funny. I think that is specifically a joke on top of a joke. That would be a good example. I think you would have to give an example of what it is to be radical right versus
what it is
normal
to be
Christian dude.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk, the normal Christian dude.
Versus
the radical right. Fuck the Jews. Nick Fuentes. That's literally what you're going for. Charlie Kirk was not far right. Now he disagrees with
again,
the stuff
I
that he
have
says.
to assume that he knows who he is because he knows.
But he disagrees with the stuff that he says. But he also listens to Hasan Piker. So the stuff that he says is kind of skewed by Hasan Piker.
That was my point. My point is that he has friends on that side. So, but I think they know who Nick Fuentes is because if they know Destiny and Hasan,
that's far right. That's definitely far right. You got yourself Candace Owens.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it, but they literally have. Nux had one of the Nick Fuentes might be a Fed video where he literally has a video of him saying, "At January 6th, you guys should go break the windows."
Who? Nick Fuentes?
Oh, yeah, and didn't get arrested.
The secret agent type.
Yeah, that video is fucking funny as fuck. Because if you think about that, Then you go, why isn't he arrested? If he was at January 6th, then every rando person got arrested. And this guy has an active fan base. In the context of being right and or left, not 10 years ago, 20 years ago more specifically, the gay rights and that shit, it's pretty obvious now, and there's no reason why.
It's pretty obvious now, no one gives a shit. Oh, I can talk about that.
So,
he actually did talk about, like, the gay people. We can actually...
So the logic is pretty fucking easy to think about whenever you go, that's what a centrist thinks. The centrist would still have some right views and say, no, I'm with the gay people.
Gay people is kind of a thing that, like, if you're not up to speed with gay people, it's a little hard for me to view you as not a good person. Just because, but I haven't really seen, I don't know, I'm kind of separated. I don't make a lot of new friends. Nobody I know, even the ones that are more conservative, are not with gay people at this point. Fuck it, left or right, as long as they aren't insane. True, dog.
Let's talk about our favorite flags.
Oh, like overall, what my favorite flag? Yeah. Hezbollah. Look it up.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding. It's actually a dope flag.
I don't know flags.
It's, this is a...
You know what? I'm going to be brave.
Come on.
My favorite flag.
It's got an AK on it and a fucking hand holding it up.
Wow. Son.
Or...
We might have to cut this.
We're behind the paywall. It's fine.
It's not virtue signaling, but I was just waffling about gay people for some reason.
I know. But tell me a normal dude that's not, like, okay with gay people at this point.
I know.
It's the big 2025. No one actually gives a shit.
I don't know a single person that gives a shit.
Not even, like the most moderate Christian on the planet. Like the We're Red and We're Gay episode of American Dad.
Oh my god.
That's 2025. Come on.
Jess and Paul like hot pectorals and good old-fashioned Christian morals.
We like to pack fudge and heat.
Big long guns with ivory handles go well with my scented candles, yay, NRA.
And I don't give two shits who he watches and whatnot, but
You just need
to get brain dead ass takes, and then
to the rest of the people, all you have to do is say, well, if this is happening, well, if this is happening. Well,
yeah, with like the trans boyfriend. If he happens to be a transgender boyfriend, that'll be bad for the left because it looks horrible. Because what are the odds? What are the odds that there's another
all
one?
you can hammer home is doing the what ifs, and not the what ifs, but the well ifs. Well if, and actually just question.
Yeah, well if is a better way to put that, because what if is just coming up.
Question the things that you're like being told and shit, because
do a little bit of research before
you do Hasan's perspective, and then you do someone else's perspective, and it looks a little like.
And they both don't like each other.
It looks a little fucked up.
I think that's why you chose Destiny's, because there's Hasan, and then there's the person that doesn't like Hasan, still on the left though.
No, you can do the H3 podcast people. Just
you could.
He's a Nazi now.
But look how based the reaction was. It's
Hasan
not
Piker. He fucking Ethan's a Nazi now.
You know,
he's a fucking
dude. Ethan went from doing bomb threats on NRA buildings.
Do not play into the violent aims and ambitions of the other side.
They're violent.
Let me say this.
It's terrifying. I mean, these people are dangerous and psychotic, and I think it's time to kill them.
No, Jesus.
I'm just trying to, a little blunt. I'm sorry, just a little blunt. We've got the guns. When do we use them? That's why we have them, right, Charlie? So there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say, if there's another Holocaust and people start rounding up the Jews. I just say, if they start rounding up the Jews again, I hope Ben gets first.
You know what level of hypocrisy you have to have if you immediately categorize Charlie Kirk as a right-wing guy, but you can't immediately categorize the shooter as left-wing from Epstein files. Well, if this is true, fuck him.
Well, no, that was a terrible thing not to say they don't exist.
I'm talking about, well, if he's there, if he touched the child. Not, well, if I don't release it. Not releasing it makes you look guilty as fuck, or at least the people in the government.
This person spoke at length about my kind being dead and not preserving life. I feel no empathy. And I get that. You don't have to feel empathy for the person. I don't think that's my take. I don't think you need to feel empathy for the person, but there is a very specific, that guy got owned, very specific brand of opinion on Twitter where it's like, I don't know. I'm just like I guess I want to appeal to the people that post, because a lot of people posted this in reply to my tweet. It was like Charlie Kirk's opinion that, and Asmongold says this a lot too. It's like, some gun violence is worth it in order to keep gun rights for everybody. I think that's wrong. I just do. I think that's wrong. I don't think that's true. And I think it's an opinion you can only have when it doesn't happen to you. And I think Charlie Kirk unfortunately learned that lesson in the worst fucking way possible today. But that doesn't mean that he was right when he said that. Like, he wasn't right. He wasn't right when he said that gun violence is okay for gun rights. Like, it's wrong. It's still wrong that it happened to him. I don't know. That's kind of my take. Bigots should be afraid to be openly bigots in public. See, I'm just gonna have to disagree with you there, bro. They should be afraid of an ass beating. Sure, if you wanna, there's nothing wrong with beating somebody's ass if they provoke you and are being aggressive to you, like actively causing you violence and shit, like threatening to hit you or stuff. But like, I don't agree that people should be afraid to get their fucking dome popped for what they say. I just don't think so. I think it makes the person that does it look worse. But what I'm saying is, you're not. It makes sense for you to feel the way you feel. But I'm gonna be completely honest. If you were to go up and shoot him in the head, I would go, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And that's just how I would feel. I think this is just an L talk. I'm gonna just be upfront. This is an L talking point, guys. Like, you're not winning over most of America with this talking point. And I don't want to boil it down to debates and like what people think, but I would be willing to bet that most people in America, this would be an L topic, no riz, it's game over. But you're not winning with this as an issue. And I know people don't like thinking about shit like that, but that's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of what I think, I guess. But even then, obviously, as I've discussed, there's more to it than just that.